Hi, my name is Matthew Bellisario. Thanks for coming by the BellisarioSonic YouTube channel from the heart of the Deep South on the outskirts of Birmingham, Alabama, where we talk about music, records, do record reviews, interviews, and more. I just wanted to make an announcement. I do have a new series coming out that's a audio-only podcast series called Jazz Themes, and that's going to be starting on Thursday. I don't know how often I'm going to post those, but I will post those since I usually do reviews on Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. I'll drop those either on Tuesday or Thursday. And then, of course, Sunday are the conversations that I have with all these wonderful jazz musicians. So it's going to be kind of a late night type radio sounding jazz themes podcast. Again, audio only. So it's kind of something I designed that where I would just talk about a certain jazz theme, do some research on it. There's a lot of time that goes into making these episodes, and they'll just be on different topics concerning jazz. And the first one is going to be about 5 pioneers of early jazz. So leave your comments. Let me know what you think of those. If you enjoy those, I'll be varying them quite a bit. Sometimes I'll have a guest on. So there'll be different things going on with that, but it's going to be kind of an audio only thing, kind of meant just to listen to it late night. I'm kind of a big fan of late night radio. And so I thought it'd be kind of cool to do something where you can learn a little bit about the history of jazz type thing. And, it won't be just about, older jazz musicians. It'll be also about current themes going on today in jazz as well. So, stay tuned for that. Today, however, as promised, I'm going to be doing this review of Antonio Faraò trio called Tributes to 2024, release on the Criss Cross album. Let me turn on this light here, get a little more light on the subject. This is a freaking really intense album I'm getting ready to play for you. This is just freaking awesome. I've never heard of Antonio until a few weeks ago when I ran across this on Amazon. I listened to it on streaming and I was just blown away. I was like, man, this is just freaking awesome. You have John Patitucci, the great bass player, on here. You have drummer Jeff Ballard. Antonio Faraò was born in Rome in 1965, and he comes with a family with deep musical roots. He earned a degree in 1983 from the Giuseppe Verdi Conservatory in Milan and performed in clubs as a teenager. His musical influences: Herbie Hancock, Chick Corea, McCoy Tyner, Keith Jarrett, Bill Evans, Oscar Peterson, Errol Garner. He has released his debut album called Black Inside, and it was released in 1999. He's played alongside an impressive string of musicians that are very well known, including Jack DeJohnette, Chris Potter, Lee Konitz, Billy Cobham, Jeff Tane Watts, Ira Coleman, Benny Golson, Eddie Gomez, Joe Lovano. The list goes on. Wayne Shorter, Johnny Griffin, Dave Liebman. So he was invited several times by Herbie Hancock to join the International Jazz Day Global Concert, which is a world event organized by UNESCO. He played together with Branford Marsalis, Kurt Elling, Wayne Shorter, Marcus Miller, Al Jarreau, and other major musicians. Since 2023, he's been involved in the McCoy Tyner Legend Series project, which is an all-American quintet where he, the only European musician, shares the stage with world-class jazz musicians such as Chico Freeman, Steve Charay, Avery Sharp, and others. With this lineup, he pays homage to one of the great jazz pianists who passed away in 2020, McCoy Tyner, the drummer Ronnie Barrage on that project there. He has 13 albums as a leader, and his latest 2024 release is this one called Tributes. So this album, he says, is this new project. He says, this new project, I wanted to pay tributes to some of the great musicians over the years that have given me a strong artistic and human emotions, as well as some places like Calvì, where I had the opportunity to meet other formidable musicians of the French jazz music scene, including the great Didier Lockwood and Michael Petrucciani, to whom I dedicate Memories of Calvì. I'm very excited, he says, about the opportunity to present this album with two extraordinary musicians like John Patitucci and Jeff Ballard. This is 64 minutes of freaking really intense music. I'm getting ready to spin some tracks off of this CD for you. Again, I wish they had this on vinyl, but I will take it on CD. So let me go ahead and get this in here. I'm playing this on my Oppo Blu-ray SACD player. And if you can find one of these used, this is a really good brand, and they're very high quality units. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and play track one. I'm gonna play at least probably 4 tracks off of this. This one's called Right One, I think. Wait, this one's called Tributes. An Antonio Faraò tune. I mean, just listen to this intensity. This is just a great album. Recorded July 26, 2023 in Paris, France. Listen to this piano playing. I mean, that's intense and it swings. And so a modern mix, you got the piano going across both speakers. Bass is kind of straight down the middle. It might favor the left a little bit. The drums favor the right a little bit. This is John Patitucci on the bass, man. Nice sounding recording. The drums sound really nice. You got pretty good resonance off of them. You have 10 tunes on here. 8 of them are Antonio's originals. You have a Cole Porter tune called I Love You, and you have a Chick Corea tune called Matrix. I want to play the first 3 tunes on this. I love this whole album is a great listen all the way through. But I really love these first 3 tunes on the record. So this one's called Right One. Nice sounding recording. You got some decent depth. You know, it's well recorded with a trio. You hear separation of the instruments. Phrasing. I mean, very intense playing. freaking awesome. I love it. I think it's a fantastic record. So get better. These, all three of these guys are freaking masters. I mean, as long as albums are coming out like this, jazz is alive and well. Nice, really cool dynamics in there, really intense playing, really cool stuff, I think. I really like this next one called Shock. Again, another original of Antonio's. So, man, this is just fantastic. This was really cool. I really like this tune here. Got a pretty nice write-up in here that explains everything. You can find these on Amazon. The bass, the drums, I mean, there's so much to listen to with just 3 guys. I mean, this is just freaking kick-ass. Drums sound fantastic. All the tunes are about 5 to just over 7 minutes, 7.5 minutes, so there's a lot of room for these guys to freaking just jam. I mean, listen to this. Again, Jeff Ballard on drums, John Patitucci on bass. Yeah. Amazing. I've been listening to this streaming in my car, and even though you start picking out the melody, you start picking out everything when you hear it over and over again. I'm going to play track 7 called Memories of Calvì. This is just a great record. We'll close out on this one. That was the first 3 tracks straight away that I just played for you. This is track number 7 called Memories of Calvì. This song says dedicated to Didier Lockwood and Michelle Petrucciani. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Again, giving this modern releases a chance. These guys are who are keeping jazz alive. Support your independent record labels. Criss Cross here, putting putting out a great album. Top caliber musicians. To me, this is a record you don't get tired of listening to. You put it on, you start to become familiar with the tunes and stuff, but it's always fresh. You're always able to focus on one of these three players and just listen to what they're doing, and then also how they're interacting with each other throughout the record. Really cool stuff. Yeah, this was recorded in Paris, France in 2023, released in 2024. He's got 13 albums out, and this is the first one I've ever heard. So this is one of my favorite things to do, is discover new musicians, new albums. Because this coming Sunday, I've got a conversation with the great tenor saxophone player Eric Alexander, talking about his new album. So you're going to want to definitely tune in for that this coming Sunday. And I've got more conversations lining up as we speak. The week after will be a conversation with Corey Weeds, saxophone player, of course, owner of Cellar Records. There'll be an hour-long conversation with him where we talk about all these new releases on his label, as well as his own new record coming out here at the end of April. So stay tuned for a lot of stuff coming your way. More album reviews, vinyl, some more CD reviews. Definitely gonna do this Benito Gonzalez album, this Celebration of McCoy Tyner. I'll be reviewing this sometime near future. I've got several here, so I'm trying to sprinkle in the CD reviews every so often. Again, I like doing the vinyl record reviews. I know a lot of you guys out there want to hear the vinyl record reviews, so that's kind of my main focus. But I do want to review some of these CDs because they're really good, and even though they're not on vinyl, they're still worth owning for me. So. And I think a lot of you out there too still collect CDs, so it's just awesome. Ballads across this record. Beautiful. All right, folks, thank you for joining me. Go check out this album. More to come for you guys. Again, stay tuned on the Thursday for the first episode of Jazz Themes. Let me know how you like that. Let me know if it's something you're interested in, learning a little bit about a different jazz theme. This one again will be on the pioneers of early jazz. So something I enjoy doing. I love learning about jazz history because, of course, that whole lineage carries all the way up to what we're hearing today. So all right, folks, we will talk to you soon. Happy listening. Take care.